Today, we're diving deep into the Puranas, this incredible ancient library of wisdom that holds the stories, the philosophy, and really the entire cosmic blueprint of a civilization. So let's get right into it.
But let's frame this a little differently. What if these weren't just some old, dusty books? What if they were a living guide, a kind of cosmic map, filled with epic tales of gods, demons, and heroes, all designed to help us figure out our place in the universe? Well, that's exactly the promise of the Puranas.
All right, so to kick off our journey, we've got to get clear on what the Puranas actually are and just how vast this body of knowledge is.
The word Purana literally just means ancient lore, and that's pretty much what they are. You can think of them as this massive spiritual encyclopedia. I mean, it's a collection of texts that covers pretty much everything, from how the universe was created and the great cycles of time, all the way to the family trees of kings and the path to spiritual freedom.
And you can really see the diversity here. See, the Puranas aren't just one book. They're a whole collection. For instance, you've got the Bhagavata Purana, which is all about devotion to Vishnu and his avatars. But then you have something totally different, like the Garuda Purana, which is basically a guide for the soul after death. The Brahmanda Purana maps out the entire cosmos, and the Bhavishya Purana, it actually contains predictions for the future.
Now, to really understand these texts, we need to meet the cast of characters. This is a universe that is just teeming with powerful deities, wise sages, and legendary heroes who bring all these cosmic ideas to life. At the very heart of this Puranic universe, you'll find the Trimurti. These are the three main deities who run the whole cosmic show. You've got Brahma, the creator, who brings everything into being. Then there's Vishnu, the preserver, who keeps the cosmic order humming along. And finally, there's Shiva, the transformer, who dissolves the universe so it can be born all over again. It's this beautiful, eternal dance of creation, preservation, and renewal.
But the Trimurti aren't in it alone. Oh no. You have the supreme goddess Devi, who shows up in forms like Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, and Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. And, this is so important, we have the sages, the rishis. These are figures like Vyasa, who actually compiled the Puranas, and Sutta, who narrated them. They are the crucial storytellers who pass this ancient wisdom down through the ages.
And wow, did those sages have some incredible stories to tell. This really brings us to the narrative heart of the Puranas. You have to understand, these aren't just myths for entertainment, they're teaching tools. They're like landmarks on that cosmic map, designed to show us the core principles of life.
Just take the story of Dhruva. He was only a 5-year-old prince who, after feeling rejected, went off into the forest to meditate. His focus on Lord Vishnu was so total, so pure, that he was granted a permanent place in the heavens as the North Star, that one unmoving, eternal anchor in the night sky. What a powerful lesson, right? It's all about the strength of pure, unwavering focus.
Then you have the epic tale of the churning of the ocean. In this story, the gods and the demons, who are eternal enemies, actually have to work together to get the nectar of immortality. It's a massive story of cosmic struggle and strange alliances, and Vishnu himself turns into a giant tortoise to support the whole operation. It really shows that even in the middle of conflict, amazing things can be achieved with a common goal and a little divine help.
And maybe one of the most famous stories is about Prahlad. He was the son of a demon king who demanded that everyone worship him. But Prahlad's faith in Vishnu was so unshakable that he survived being poisoned, trampled by elephants, and thrown into fire, all because of divine protection. His story teaches us that true faith can be a shield against even the worst evils imaginable.
And this quote just brilliantly captures the whole point of these stories. They're mirrors. When we look at the trials of Dhruva, or Prahlad, or the gods and demons, we're really seeing reflections of our own struggles, our own faith, and our own incredible potential for grace.
But these stories are so much more than just epic tales. They're actually vehicles for really deep philosophical truths. So let's peel back another layer and explore some of the hidden, esoteric wisdom that's woven into the Puranas. The Puranas teach that before there was anything, there was just a single divine vibration. And this vibration gave birth to the very first sound, Om. Now this is way more than just a chant you hear in a yoga class. Om is considered the sound of creation itself, the cosmic seed from which the entire universe blossomed into existence.
Now here is one of the most profound secrets hidden in the Puranas. You've got these deities like Vishnu, the sustainer, and Shiva, the annihilator, and they seem like they're on opposite teams, right? But what the texts reveal is that they are actually just different expressions of the one, formless supreme reality, which is called Brahman.
So think of them as two faces of the exact same divine coin, each one representing a different aspect of the same ultimate truth.
And get this, the Puranas also teach that the universe isn't just something out there. Your own body is a microcosm, a tiny map of the entire universe. This inner map includes the 6 chakras, which are powerful energy centers that run along your spine, affecting everything about you. It also details the 5 vital breaths, or Puranas, which are the currents of life force that keep us going. And it explains the incredible power of mantras, using sacred sounds to tune our inner world to the frequency of the cosmos.
So, okay, we've got all this ancient lore, these amazing stories of gods, these deep secrets of the cosmos, but what does any of it have to do with us, today, right now? Well, let's bring all this wisdom home and see just how relevant it is.
For starters, the Puranas actually made predictions about the era we're living in right now, the Kali Yuga. They described it as a time when traditional knowledge would decline, when hypocrisy would be everywhere, when greed would increase. Sound familiar? It's a description that feels incredibly accurate today. They knew that the challenges of this age would require a different approach to spirituality.
And right at the core of their guidance are 2 ideas you've probably heard of, dharma and karma. Dharma is your righteous duty, your unique purpose in life, and karma is the universal law of cause and effect. The Puranas teach that you don't find spiritual strength by running away from your duties, but by fulfilling them with integrity and purpose. Your actions matter.
And that, right there, is really the ultimate takeaway. The Puranas offer a framework for life, a moral and spiritual compass. They give you the direction, they point out the landmarks, and they warn you about the pitfalls. But the journey itself, well, that path is entirely up to each of us to walk.
So this leaves us with a final question to think about. If these ancient texts really are a map for navigating our lives, a map filled with so much wisdom on duty, devotion, and reality, what does your journey on that map look like?